Hi, I'm Kelsey Calloway Dubois, and I'm going to share with you a 30-minute beginner-friendly vinyasa flow yoga practice. For your practice today, you will need a block or some sort of thick book. You'll need a yoga strap or a belt would do just fine, or the belt of your bathrobe, or a hand towel that's rolled up. And then you'll also need a blanket. If for some reason you don't have a blanket nearby or in your home, you could use a bath towel. So those are the three things you need. The practice is meant to be exploratory, fun, invigorating, and at the same time, very grounding. We all need a bit of grounding right now in these uncertain times. So we will see you on the mat. Okay, so come to a comfortable seated position, using your blanket as a cushion for under your sit bones. You can fold it to offer yourself the height that you require so that your hip bones are higher than your knees, and that will just give your hip joint the space to relax. So once you've found your comfortable seat, you'll just come to close your eyes and tune into your breath. So with each inhale, you find an expansion of your ribcage, a lengthening through your spine, and each exhale grounds you deeper into the support beneath you. Inhale, fill your abdomen and your ribcage with breath. Exhale to let it go. Next, open your eyes if you've closed them. Bring your left hand down to the mat. Right arm comes up and over. So your right fingertips are reaching up over body to find a nice stretch through your right side body. Breathe in to the right of your ribcage. Breathe out to find depth. Keep your jaw relaxed. Maintain that spaciousness between your ears and your shoulders. Next, keep your head where it is. Bring your right arm down so that it's parallel with the ground. Notice that stretch on the right side of your neck into your shoulder, all the way up into your jaw. Make any micro adjustments you need here to find your sweet spot. And breathe. Next, bring that right arm down, and with your left hand, cradle your neck up to center. Take breath in here, let it go. Right arm comes down to the ground, left arm comes up and over. So side body stretch on your left side this time. Inhale to expand through your rib cage, especially on that left side. Exhale, deepen the side bend. Fingers are active here, so strong line of energy from left sit bone all the way out those fingers. Breathe into your side body. Exhale, left hand comes parallel with the ground. Neck stays where it is. Find the stretch on the left side of your neck. Making any adjustments you need with the position of your arm or neck. Draw your shoulder back. Find your breath. Bring your hand down to the ground. Right hand cradles your neck back to center. Draw your shoulders up, back, and down. 3 circles, shoulder circles, up, back, and down to release. And then we'll bring our neck into semicircles. So drawing a U shape across your chest with your chin, just to release any kinks that might still be present. Just offering that neck a little bit of love. Next time you come back to the center of your breastbone, bring your chin up to center. One more shoulder roll. Inhale. Inhale, arms up overhead, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Remove the support beneath your sit bones and just bring it to the side of your mat. Make sure your props are all off to the side of your mat, and then come to hands and knees. So toes can be tucked if you want to accentuate the stretch through the arches of your feet. We'll inhale, dip the belly low, gaze up. Exhale, curl through your spine, chin tucks into your breastbone. Inhale, leading with the pelvis for cat. Exhale, scoop that belly under, tuck your chin for cat. And this is cow. Cow, dip your belly low, gaze up. Scoop your belly under, gaze under, cat. Cat, cow. Good. Next breath in, come to neutral spine. Keep your toes tucked. And then we'll lift your knees up off the mat and extend your legs coming into downward dog. So heels reach for the mat below you, and bend your knees any amount here. So if you don't have the space in your hamstrings, just give your back a break by bending your knees as much as you need. So pressing through the inner mounds of your thumbs and index fingers. Wrists are parallel with the top of your mat. Shoulders externally rotated. Downward facing dog. Step your toes to the center of your mat and inhale your right leg behind you. Exhale to draw some circles, leading with your right knee, just to open up that right hip joint. So three-legged dog with hip circles. Bring that foot back to starting position and then come onto your hands and knees for the transition to low lunge. So that is a demonstration for level 1 practitioners. So hands are on your hips to encourage a posterior tilt of your pelvic girdle. Back toes stay flat on the ground as you sink your pelvic girdle low. Notice how your right knee is stacked over your right ankle. And then inhale, arms up and overhead. Gaze forward. Tone your lower abdomen to lift your rib cage. So heavy pelvic girdle and light torso. And you can find just a micro bend in through your thoracic spine. Exhale, drop your hands down to the ground. Extend your right knee for forward fold. This is Ardha Hanumanasana, half monkey pose. Inhale back to your low lunge position. Keep your left hand on the ground. Extend your right arm up overhead. Gaze up. So low lunge with a twist. Exhale, that right arm comes back down. And we'll inhale, lift your left knee up off the mat. Extend your arms overhead. High lunge. This is optional. If it's bugging your back at all, you can always leave your left knee on the mat. Next, we transition into Warrior 1. So that back heel comes down to make contact with the ground. Back leg stays extended. Left hand reaches for the back of your thigh or calf. Right arm comes up, over, and back. Exalted Warrior. Bending in through your right knee. Feeling your legs warm up. Next, exhale, come back into your high lunge. Pivot your back foot, arms up overhead, gaze forward. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Step back into plank. Exhale, knees come down, lower your torso down, untuck your toes. Inhale, press into your hands for Cobra. Exhale, torso back down onto the mat. Tuck your toes. Reach back to Child's Pose. And then inhale through tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. This is your active rest position here. So really thinking about engaging your core to give your limbs a bit of rest. Inhale, left leg comes up behind you. Bending that left knee, we're coming into Left hip circles, leading with your knee. So notice if there's a difference in the sensation between left and right side with this movement. Exhale, step that left foot through or come to your knees for the transition. Inhale, torso rises, hands to hips. So your hands on your hips are guiding your girdle into a neutral position. Back foot is flat, so toenails are in contact with the mat beneath you. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, sink a little lower. Inhale, bring your shoulders back a little more. Find that nice backward bend. We exhale, bring our hands to the mat. Forward fold over that left leg, front leg, Ardha Hanumanasana. Breathe here. Breathe into that sensation. Inhale back to your low lunge. Right hand is in contact with the mat. Left arm comes up towards the sky. Gaze up. Breathe into your twist. Keep your neck as neutral as you can here. So we're not reaching forward or back. It's resting over our shoulders. Exhale, bring your left hand down. Inhale, high lunge. Think about that same neutral pelvis as you did in your low lunge. Breathe here, feel the heat. And then transition to warrior one. That left heel comes down to the mat. You might need to shorten the distance between your front and back foot here. Right hand reaches for the back of your back leg. Left arm reaches for the sky. Active fingers, active feet. Relax your jaw. Melt your shoulders. Transition back to your high lunge. Next, exhale. Bring your hands down to the mat, stepping back to plank. Knees come down, torso down. Graceful transition. Inhale for cobra, peeling your breastbone up off the mat, gaze forward. Exhale, child's pose. Breathe into your back body. Inward gaze. Okay, inhale, come upright and just grab your block or your book and bring it to the top of your mat, somewhere accessible. Come into your tabletop, tuck your toes, find downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg comes up towards the sky, hips stay parallel. Exhale, step that foot through to the front of your mat. Lower your left knee. Inhale, your arms up overhead, low lunge. Exhale for high lunge. And then next exhale, warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Arms are parallel with the mat. Triceps are engaged, palms face down. Bending into your right knee, making sure it's stacked over your ankle. And your back foot is parallel with the short edge of your mat. Gazing over your middle finger. And then bring your right elbow onto your front thigh. And extend your left arm up and overhead towards the wall in front of you. So extended side angle. Think about bringing your left hip back and your right hip forward. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, high lunge, dip low, reach up. Exhale, finding your plank. Knees down, chest down. Next inhale brings you into Bhujangasana Cobra. And then exhale, find your downward facing dog. Inhale, tabletop, tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay here for one cycle of breath. Step your toes to the center of your mat. Inhale, bring your left leg up to the sky. Exhale, step that left foot through. Lower your right knee. Inhale, arms up overhead. Sink your torso or your pelvic girdle low. Next exhale, high lunge. Gaze forward, shoulders drop, hands reach. Next exhale brings you into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. So that back foot is parallel with the short edge of your mat. Shoulders drop down your ribcage. And your clavicle, your collarbone stays broad. Next inhale, find extended side angle. So left elbow comes to rest on your thigh. The right arm reaches up and over. Side body stretch. Exhale, Warrior 2. Inhale, high lunge, gaze forward. Exhale, bring your hands to the mat, step back to plank. Next exhale, lower your torso down. Inhale for Cobra or upward facing dog as shown here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feel into your breath. Well done. You are halfway through. You're doing great. Step to the top of your mat. Gaze first and then step to follow. Inhale to a flat back, straight legs. Exhale, fold forward. You can grab opposite elbows if you'd like, an extra bit of gravity for your torso to really feel that stretch. And bend your knees any amount here to give your low back a bit of extra space if you need it. Inhale back to your flat back, hands to hips. Exhale to standing. This is Tadasana, mountain pose. So your palms face the front of the room. Bring your mat, your block onto your mat, and step your right foot back. So this is Trikonasana, so there should be 3 feet or so between your front and back foot. Both legs extended. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, windmill your arms so that they are in a vertical line. Grab your block if you need to rest your lower hand on the block if you need the space. Breathe into your right hip here. Torso stays long, gazing up at your fingers. Inhale, back upright. Hands on hips. Exhale, fold forward, maintaining a wide-legged stance. Bring your block over to your right foot. Place your hand on the block and then extend your left arm up overhead. You can also grab hold of your right ankle or your right shin. So it's a wide-legged forward fold with a twist. You can also bring your hand onto your low back if this is bothering your shoulder at all. And hands come to center. Flat back. And then we'll bring that block over to your left foot if you're using it. And right hand comes onto that block, left arm comes up towards the sky. Gaze up. So notice my toes are slightly pigeon-toed here, so toes are a little more narrow than my heels. Just to give my legs a little extra space. both hands come back onto your hips, come back to center, and then inhale to upright. Grab your block again, bring it towards your right foot this time, and we're going to come into Trikonasana on the other side. So again, both legs extended, reach forward with your right hand. On the inhale, exhale, windmill your arms down so that they are vertical. So your left fingers are reaching for the sky. Open chest. Left hand comes onto your hip, right hand onto your hip, and then come upright. Bring that block back to the center of your mat or just off the mat, and then reach your hands behind you, clasping your fingers. Reach up, and on the exhale, fold forward, keeping your collarbone broad. Find as much space as you can between your hands and your sacrum. So wide-legged forward fold with chest and shoulder opener. Next, inhale, slowly come upright, keeping your core engaged to protect your low back. Pivot your feet to the top of your mat and step to the top of your mat. Shake it out. Nice work. Bring your big toes to touch at the center of your mat. Ground down through your feet. And then inhale, arms up overhead, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees any amount, hands come to the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step back to plank. Exhale, bring your torso down onto the mat in one straight line, using your knees if you need. Cobra. And then exhale, tuck your toes and bring yourself back to child's pose. Inhale through tabletop, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg reaches for the sky. Exhale, scoop that foot through. Right knee is on the outer edge of your right wrist. Left leg extends back. So this is pigeon pose. And then you'll take your blanket or block and you'll scoop that under your right hip if you're finding that your right sit bone does not contact the mat. So that right foot stays engaged, toes reach up towards your shins, just to protect your knee joint. And then we'll bring your elbows down onto the mat, if that's serving you, if you have the space for it. You could also bring your block or your book here, rest your forehead on there, just to really let the active part of your practice go. Let your breath pool down into that right hip joint. And then you can extend your arms all the way out in front of you if you have the space for it. You'd like the extra stretch. Forehead comes to rest on your mat. Breathe here. Inhale, slowly walk your hands towards your knee, remove your support, and then bring your body weight onto your right hip, swing your left foot up and over, and we'll find ourselves in twisted sage. So use your hands to draw that left knee in towards your torso, and you can stay here, that's option one, or bring your right hand around your knee and your left hand comes behind you as a kickstand, and then that right arm can come up and over so that your elbow is hooking onto the outside of your knee. As you inhale, grow tall through your spine, right out through the crown of your head, and then the exhale, use your core muscles to start the twist coming from your belly. gazing over your back shoulder. So growing tall with inhales, finding depth with exhales. As you complete your last cycle of breath, come back to center and bring your arms to the opposite side of your body for a counter twist. Coming back to center, grab your strap or your belt and bring your legs out in front of you and loop your strap around the soles of your feet. So you can make it as long or as short as you need to. Inhale, grow tall through your torso, and then exhale, fold forward. So the idea here is to try to maintain length in your spine. So if you're finding you really have to round your spine to bring your forehead down to your shins, then either come out a little bit or bend your knees. Breathe here. Feel that opening along your hamstrings, the backs of your legs. Slowly come back upright on your next inhale. Remove your strap to the side of your mat and find yourself in tabletop. Tuck your toes, exhale, downward facing dog. Staying here just for the transition. So one cycle of breath. Step your feet to the center of your mat, lift your left leg behind you, and then bring it through. So left knee is on the outside of your left wrist, and your left foot is facing the right side of your mat. So in a perfect world, that front shin would be working towards parallel with the top of your mat, but just work with your own boundaries and limitations for you, where your own body is at. Back leg is straight behind you. Foot is flat on the mat, so all 5 of your toenails are in contact with the mat. And if it calls to you, come down onto your forearms. Use your block to rest your forehead. Breathe into your belly and your hip, your left hip specifically. Reaching your arms out in front of you if you have the space. And breathe. Remember to keep your front foot active. Next inhale, walk your hands back towards your body. Coming onto that left hip. Right leg comes up and over. So right foot crosses over your left thigh. And start by bringing that right knee into your chest. Is step 1, and then step 2 would be bringing your right hand behind you, left arm up and over, hooking that left elbow on the outside of your right knee to find your twist. Always begin your twist with an inhale to lengthen your spine, and then exhale into your twist. Gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale for your counter twist. Hands come to opposite side of your body. Let your head hang. Release your neck. Inhale back to center. This time we're just going to roll ourselves vertebra by vertebra, hands out in front of you, down onto the mat. So a little bit of core before we really surrender into the relaxing part of our practice. So legs come out in front of you. You can have straight legs here or knees slightly bent. And we'll just do some toe taps on the mat. The idea is to keep your pelvis steady through the movement. So if you're finding you're rocking back and forth, you need to decrease your range of motion. We only want to feel this in our deep core, so the part of our abdomen that lays below our belly button, connects to our pelvic floor. That's it. One more round of toe taps. And we're done. So bring your left foot flat on the mat and cross your right ankle over your left thigh. And then pick that left foot up off the mat and interlace your fingers on the back side of that left knee, drawing your leg into your chest, keeping your right knee moving outwards. So this stretch is called supine figure 4. And then release that foot back down. Keep your legs crossed and twist your knees to the left side of your mat. Bring your gaze over your right shoulder. Breathe into your low back, your kidney space. Next inhale, knees come back to center, uncross your legs. Bring your left foot over your right knee, and then reach behind that right knee on the back side of your thigh. Draw your thigh into your chest. Notice how my feet are still active, even though we're supine. We always want to keep our feet active in yoga. Release that foot down onto the mat, cross your knees so you're stacking your knees one on top of the other, and then bring them over to the right side of your mat. Bring your gaze over your left shoulder for your supine twist. Nice release for the low back. Breathe here, sending your breath down your spine. Following your next inhale, you'll slowly bring your knees back to center, uncross your legs, reset your pelvis, so just picking your pelvis up off the ground, resetting it down, and then draw your knees into your chest. Rock from side to side. Release that low back. We are ready for our final pose, Shavasana, corpse pose. Legs reach in front of you, palms face the ceiling. And rest here. You can pause the video here if you want an extended Shavasana. Let your practice go. Let your breath go. Allow yourself to be breathed. We'll meet again in seated, legs crossed or kneeling. Bring one hand onto your heart center and then rest your other hand on top. Just feel into your heart space. Offer yourself a bit of gratitude for showing up to practice today.
Thank you for joining me. If you have any questions or comments that you'd like to share with me, please get in touch with me, kelseykallaway@gmail.com. And I hope you feel grounded and ready to take on whatever you need to take on in this moment. I hope to reconnect with you soon. Namaste.